This is Brian from the Vintage Type, and I wanted to show you something I picked up at an antique mall here a little bit ago. So many of these things, they got scrapped in metal drives and that kind of thing, and got stored out in sheds and barns and all sorts of things. So a lot of them rusted away or got destroyed, and there are quite a few survivors, but we want to keep as many going as we can, so I'm doing my part here. It's got some good points. It's missing a few things. It's a little rusty, but one of the big things it has is bent type bars. And a little while ago I was messing with these and I came up with something that works pretty well for me. I made these little patterns out of a machine that bars were well aligned, and it gets me within about a 30-second of accuracy. So that's close enough to get it lined up and then go back and hit the keys one at a time and find the type bars that are still a little bent, and then I can do some fine-tuning. But these patterns get me really close, and it saves me a lot of time. So I wanted to show you that process on how I do it, and maybe it'll help you. So here goes. Now that's off the machine, you can see how bent up they are. Here's the top nickel piece, and if I can get it lined up here, it's off quite a bit, so I'll work on straightening that out. Well, after about 10 minutes, it's still rusty, but it's straight, and that template worked pretty well. It took about 10 minutes. It's easier off the machine than on, so that's why I do that. And let's go on to the type bars. All right, I moved these type bars forward, the ones that I'm not working on, and I tied them off with a little bit of electrical wire. It's just that copper that's insulated, and it works pretty well. So these type bars are out of the way. I'm working on this one. And let me set that template up. You can see how far off it is, and I'll work on putting it back into shape. Do them one by one. Well, I've learned there's no perfect way to do this. I've got the two outermost type bars pretty much lined up. What I'm going to do now is put this little cover back on along with the rest here, and that'll give me a good position, a resting position for these type bars, so I'll know how to line the rest of them up. And then I'll go from there using the templates and also laying them back one on top of another and make sure they line up. This piece right here, which is the type bar rest, was bent up, and I didn't realize it when I tried to put it back on. The screws didn't line up, so I had to straighten it out. That took a couple minutes. I put this type bar cover on, and that went pretty well. As you saw, I used the templates to do the outside two type bars. The inside ones I didn't, because they weren't that far off. I just used the inside ones. The further inside you go, the less chance they have of being bent, so I use the inside most one to go up one by one and line up the rest of them. Here's a top view of the same type bars. You can tell that they're lined up pretty well. Nothing's sticking like it was before. They were pretty bad, pretty stuck. What I'll have to do is wait till I get the machine all put back together, ribbon in it, and then do a couple type tests and probably do some light adjustments to get everything lined up perfectly, but it's a lot better than it was. This cover right here is back into shape. It's not rubbing on anything, and I use the template for that. And everything else, I just lined up from the bottom type bar, and I just went up all the way to the top. And the top two pieces, again, I use the little template for those. Well, I hope this video helps if you have bent type bars, and thanks for watching.